Hi ladies, welcome to How Do You Brow? Trust me, I'm pretty sure you're as intimidated about your brows as I am. I have struggled with getting perfect brows for years. And as you can see, my natural brows here, I have this one that's like thin and it's like okay. And then this one that's like thinner and it's like off base. But this one actually isn't thinner. I have blonde hairs up in here, so it looks like I have all these gaps. And I've had a complex about it for a long time. And I now take care of it on my finer days. So today I'm gonna show you ladies how to brow. It's gonna be really easy for you who are maybe not that familiar on how to do your brows, or if you just need something quick to do that is really simple and easy to follow. And what we're gonna do is use my favorite brow product that I've ever used, and it doesn't require a pencil. It is a brow palette. So it's a brow palette, okay? And we're gonna go over that with this amazing brush and then stencils. You can stencil on your brows, but to your actual brow. We have 5 different ones. They come in a pack of 5. So whatever shape or thickness your brows are at, we've got you covered. So I'm a number 1. So I'm gonna grab this palette. So we have 3. We have ones for blondes, brunettes, and then for people who have dark hair. So if you need to know which one you would need, you gotta let me know and drop it in the comments. So as you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a filler. This is the liner. We have 2 highlighters and we've got a setting wax. And what the setting wax does is once you get your brows to be done the way you like them, it sets them in place. It does not leave it oily or greasy. It just holds them and it retains the color for you. So here we go. I am number 1. So it's got like these little gaps in it, and then it's got like these barriers, and they do that so that you're not just going straight across and then drawing it unevenly. They do it so you can adjust it to how your brow is shaped so you get a proper line. So we're gonna do this side. So, and you wanna line the dotted line to the edge of your brow. So you see how I've got that there and then there's a gap. So I'm gonna show you what to do. I'm gonna take my artist brush. It's double-sided. One side is for wax, one side is for the powder. I'm gonna grab number 1, which is the first, it's the lighter powder. And I'm using this to fill the brow. So we're gonna brush up and then out. Okay, you see that? Okay, now I gotta still hold it in place. And this is just to fill it. So now I'm gonna grab number 2 and you're just gonna line along the edges. There's going to be a chance for you to fix up, so don't get too intimidated, okay? All right, so now we're gonna go back to that number 1, and you see I'm gonna just adjust this guy a little bit to get the bottom, and we're just gonna fill her in. So when I take it off, I've essentially got a perfect shaped brow. But now I need to get the tail end of my brow on. So I'm just gonna grab number 2 and just go with the line. Okay? And you see how there's like a little hole there? That's because the mold does not have a straight across. You're just gonna go in and you're just gonna fix her up. So you see the difference? I never thought brows were important until I started doing makeup, and then I realized that brows kind of bring your makeup look together. It's okay to have your natural brow. You can do brows in the way that you feel is going to be right for you. But if you're like me and like you struggle, I'm telling you, these stencils are amazing. So let's just do the next one. So I gotta like be careful with this one because I have the blonde hairs. All right, so I'm gonna hold it in place and do the same thing I did on the other side. Just gonna start brushing and in. Okay. And grab number 2. to 1. I'm just brushing up because I want to fill those gaps. Okay. And as you can see, again, we got to get that tail end there. So I'm just going to move that line here. Oops. Okay. And grab that number 2 and just go to the tail end. Now, ladies, I have to say this because this is something that I learned a long time ago from a very renowned makeup artist. Brows are meant to be sisters and not twins. So trying to achieve brows that are completely 100% symmetrical is virtually impossible because your face isn't symmetrical. So if you can get them close, then you've scored. You've scored. Okay, so I've got my brows on. So what I'm gonna do now, I like to use my finger for this part. You can choose any highlighter that you want. So I'm gonna choose the more shimmery one, and that just goes underneath, on top of the brow bone, underneath the brow. Like, look how pretty that is, right? And then you're gonna take the other end of your brush and you're gonna grab that wax. Just gonna whip some off, I don't wanna do too much. And you're just gonna like brush it on. And it's gonna keep your brows on, looking fresh and fly all day. And that's it, ladies. Like, that's how simple this can be. So if you have any questions, you let me know. I hope this was easy to follow. I definitely suggest not using a brow pencil. I find the brow pencils are a little bit more tricky to navigate when you're just getting started. Brow stencils are really awesome to use when you're trying to improve your technique, because eventually you can let go of that stencil and you'll be able to use this palette to draw it on without assistance. And that is always a rewarding feeling when you can do it. Clearly have to keep mastering that. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed.